As an Amazon seller, you surely have asked yourself, what's actually the cheapest, the fastest, and the overall best way to import my products from China to the US or to Europe? And I asked myself the same question, and in order to find that out, I have actually compared 3 different offers, 3 different ways of importing products, and I looked at the results and they honestly shocked me because they clearly pointed towards one method that is way cheaper and way better than the other ones, and that can easily save you thousands per year. My name is Chris, I'm selling successfully on Amazon for over 4 years now, and since this year I'm also helping others to become successful on Amazon, and in this video I want to help you. I want that you get to know the best possible way of importing products for your case. So let's dive right into the video, and we'll start with the most important aspect, and that is finding the cheapest way to import your products. And in just a second we are going to compare numbers, and those are from quotations that I asked for in order to find the cheapest way of importing products. And I want you to know that in each quotation I asked for sea freight and the Incoterm FOB. Those are also the most commonly picked ways of importing. Usually there is no way that importing your products by air is profitable, so mostly you're going to import by sea freight. And the most common way sellers pick is the Incoterm FOB, which means that the supplier brings the products to the port or to a warehouse, and then that's where a freight forwarder comes in and then brings your products from that port, for example, to your country where you're selling in. So this is the Incoterm FOB. We're not looking at Xworks or DDP in that case. And I have compared 3 different quotations. The first one is from my long-term freight forwarder that I work with since 2019. The second one is from freight.os. This is a website that when you put your data in, it's going to show you the cheapest way of shipping your products to your country. And then lastly, I have a quotation from Amazon Global Logistics. And now when we think about what's the cheapest option of importing your products, then we cannot only take shipping costs into consideration, but we also need to think about storage costs. And here is an example. When you import your products with a freight forwarder, then usually you store them in the warehouse of the freight forwarder, and then you have different costs compared to when you use Amazon Global Logistics, where you have to store all your products in the Amazon warehouse. So we also need to take a look at that. And then also there will be additional transportation costs that you have when you use a freight forwarder, but you don't have those when you use Amazon Global Logistics. So a few things that we need to take into consideration in order to find the overall cheapest option. And then with regards to our experiment setup, I want to assume that we purchase goods for 3 months, and then I actually have quotations for 2 different examples. The first example is of an oversized product that has the dimensions of 60 by 20 by 20 centimeters, weighs 9 kilogram, and we are importing 500 pieces. And another relevant information here is that we could only fit 1 product per master carton. So this is the example of an oversized product, and then I also have the quotation, and I'm going through the scenario of importing a standard size product. And here I have picked 10 by 8 by 5 centimeters, it weighs 400 grams, and we are importing 200 pieces, and we can fit 20 products into 1 master carton. Now let's take a look at our first example, in which we want to import 500 pieces of oversized products. In total they have a size of 12 cubic meters, and 1 product is stored in 1 master carton. And you can see right here that the pure shipping costs here, the cheapest offer is from Amazon Global Logistics. Here we only have to pay 950 euro. And when we look at the other options, here we have to pay around twice as much, almost 2,000 euro, to import those products. And now you might say everybody knows that importing with Amazon Global Logistics is the cheapest option. But the problem using Amazon Global Logistics is that now you have to store all your products in the Amazon warehouse, and this will be way more expensive than storing them elsewhere. And I want to challenge you and say, are you sure about that? I thought the same, but now since I went through the calculations, I figured out that it is actually not true in most cases. And that's why I want to compare now the storage fees of Amazon with the storage fees of my freight forwarder. And here you can see that Amazon asks for per cubic meter and month around 30 euro when it's between January and September, and they ask for 42 euro per cubic meter between October and December. And then when we look at my freight forwarder, the price structure is different, and here we have to pay 0.05 euro per master carton a day. And now you might think, okay, now it's a problem that we have only 1 piece per master carton. And actually this will be a problem. So now we already know that when you have a price model like this, then you should have several products in a master carton in order to be worth it. But in that case, when we have big dimensions like that, then we can't do it, because Amazon says that if we have a certain size of a product, then we can only put one piece into the master carton. So now you'll see how bad it actually is when you have a price model like that, because in that case we'll have to pay in the first month at our freight forwarder actually more than compared to Amazon. In the first month in the Amazon warehouse, we only have to pay for all our products 360 euro, and at our freight forwarder, and then here I divided the products by 3, and I assume that we are going to store 2/3 of the product in the first month in the freight forwarder's warehouse, and then 1/3 of the products in the Amazon warehouse. That's how I usually do it. And then in that case, I'd pay 500 euro for the first month for 334 master cartons, and additionally 122 euro to store in Amazon. So this would be twice as much as well. And then you can also see that the second month will be cheaper as well in Amazon, and the third month will actually be the same, because in both cases we have 1/3 of our products in the Amazon warehouse. And then we have to consider additional costs, that when our products store in the warehouse of our freight forwarder, then we need to send the product still to the Amazon warehouse. And here my freight forwarder asks for 95 cents per master carton to do that. And in that case, we'd have to calculate another 475 euro. So if you now have a similar big oversized product and a freight forwarder with a similar price structure, then you know that Amazon Global Logistics will by far be the best solution for you, because you can see you'll actually pay more than double for using a freight forwarder. And in that case, it's definitely recommended to use Amazon Global Logistics. And I want to tell you already about a trick that I use to save even more costs when you have a large order, because then you got your products cheaper and you don't want to send now, let's say, 1,000 of these products into the Amazon warehouse. Then ask your supplier if you can store the products in their warehouse, and then after 2 months you can send the rest of the batch. And I've done that with all my suppliers, and they all agree to store some of the products for free in their warehouse. So definitely do that in order to save even more money. And now I'd like to look at the second example, where we have a smaller standard sized product, and I want to see what's the cheapest option for a standard sized package. So here we have it, and let's look at the importing costs again, the shipping costs. No surprise, Amazon Global Logistics here is the winner again. It costs us only 200 euro to import this 0.8 cubic meter of our standard size product. And then when we open the storage costs again, you can see it right away here that Amazon Global Logistics wins again, storing the products against a fee of 0.05 euro per master carton and day is not cheaper than storing your products only at the Amazon warehouse. You can see it's always cheaper using Amazon Global Logistics. And also again, we need to consider that here we have this additional transport costs, and here the winner is again Amazon Global Logistics. And knowing that, in my opinion, makes it easy to decide how you want to import your products the next time, unless you want to or have the chance to store the products in your own warehouse or at home. Then obviously it makes sense to use a freight forwarder. But in all other cases where you want to externally store your products, then it makes sense to use, from a financial standpoint, it makes sense to use Amazon Global Logistics. There's another thing to take into consideration, and that is shipping duration. And we can see here that using Amazon Global Logistics compared to the freight forwarders import usually is a little bit longer. So you have to take that into consideration when you are importing a new batch of products. You have to do that a little bit earlier than you usually would. And then another few tricks that I have mentioned in between already is, in order to save storage costs, ask your manufacturer to store them in their warehouse, some of your products. And then what I just mentioned, if you have the chance to store the products in your own warehouse or at home, then you can use the freight forwarder, then it actually makes sense. And then also please consider the longer delivery times with Amazon Global Logistics. Now I want to address another concern that some people have, and that is, if I use Amazon Global Logistics, then Amazon finds out who my supplier is and then they might steal my product. And I am sure that this is not happening, and Amazon would know other ways to get to your supply information and copy your product if they wanted to do that. Now, if you also think that the advantages of Amazon Global Logistics are amazing, then in the next video I'm going to show you how you can actually sign up for the program. And there is currently an 8% discount, so that's another benefit of using Amazon Global Logistics. And now, if you made it till the end of the video, thank you so much. If you profited from the video, please leave a like and a comment. And also I wanted to mention that I have a special offer. If you sign up your Helium 10 account with my link in the video description, then you get a free one-on-one coaching that we can use to confirm your product idea, to improve your listing, your PPC campaigns, whatever you want. And just send me an email once you have done that, and then we'll meet together, you and me. I hope to see you in the next video or in a call. And yeah, till then, bye-bye.